Good morning, student. This is the continuation video of chapter pollination and fertilization. In last video, already we have studied about that the advantages, disadvantages of self-pollination and cross-pollination. And in this video, we are going to study about that the agent of the cross-pollination. Let us see, student. First upon, what is meant by cross pollination? Already I have explained about that in the previous video. Cross pollination means it requires the two plant. The male gametes and female gametes are present on two different plant. In the cross pollination, the pollen grain is a transfer from one plant to the stigma of another plant. This pollination process is called as the cross pollination. As you know, student, we are a motile. Plant is not motile. Means what? We can move from one place to another place, but in the plant cannot move from one place to another place. So the plant is required some external agent to transfer the pollen grain from anther of the one plant to the stigma of another plant. And let us see in this video what are the agents which is required for the cross pollination. Got it, student? What is meant by cross pollination? There are 5 agents which is required for cross pollination: insect, wind, water, bird and animals. Insect and winds are the commonest agent of the cross pollination. Most of the flowers, they are pollinated by the cross pollinations. The most probably the insect and winds are the external agent is required for the cross pollination. Only in the aquatic plants is required the water pollinated, in the some bird and the elephant and another animals. Let us see first the insect pollinated flower. Insect pollinated flower. Insect means what? Entamo means insect and phyllis means affinity. Means the flower have adapted for insect pollinated. This flower is also called as the entomophilous flower. Got it? Entamo means insect and phila means affinity. Means the flower which contain some features, some characteristics is useful for the insect pollination. Wind pollinated, anemo means wind. Wind pollinated flower, it also called as the anemophilous flower. Water means what? Hydro means the water pollinated flower is also called as the hydrophilous flower. And the bird means ornitho. Ornitho means the bird. The ornitho pollinated ornithophily flowers is called as the bird pollinated flower. And the animal means the pollination agent through by animal, this is called as the zoophily. And in the one of the example of Rafflesia, the Rafflesia is a large flower and this flower is pollinated by the cross pollination with the help of elephant. So this pollination is called as the elephophily flower. Got it, student? Let us see the insect pollinated flower. Insect means entamo and phyllis means affinity. So the flower is contain some characteristics. These characteristics have a flower, so the pollen grain is a transfer through by insect from anther to the stigma. Let us see the characteristics which is present in the flower, so the insect is attracted and transferred the pollen grain from anther to the stigma. The characteristics of the insect pollinated flower. The first characteristics of the insect pollinated flower is the large. bright color, and it produces the nectars and emit the scent. So the flower is contain these characteristics. The insect is attracted towards the flower. Means the flower is large and bright color. Due to this bright color, attractive flower, the insect is attracted towards the flower, and the some pollen grain is a stick to the body of insect. When the insect are set on the another flower, this way the pollen grain is a transfer from one flower to the another flower. Some flower is produce the nectar. The nectar is the food of the insect, and due to the sucking the nectars, the insect are attracted to the flower, and in that way they are transport the pollen grain from anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower. The flower is also emit the scent for attracting the insect. Next, characteristics of the insect pollinated flower. The pollen grain are sticky and spiny. When the insect sat on the flower, that times the nectars, the pollen grain is a sticky, so they are stick to the body of the insect. Some are spiny. Due to this spiny, pollen grain is stuck to the body of animal, birds, insect. Got it? Is enabled to the insect to carry the easily the pollen grain from one plant to the another plant. Next, the pollen grain is sticky and do not hang out from the flower. Means the pollen grain, see, this is the stigma. The stigma is sticky, and the pollen, the stamen is not like that hang out. This condition is present in the wind pollinated flower. The stigma, it present inside the flower. When the insect sit on the flower and suck the nectar inside the flower, the stigma is sticky, so the pollen grain is a stick to the stigma, and the pollination is a happen. Let us see the next characteristics of the insect pollinated flower. The flower tend to be cluster. Means see, some flower is very small, so the insect is not attracted towards the flower, but the small flower have in a cluster. That times they are especially scarce. The flower is a cluster, so it looking very attractive, and due to this the insect is attracted towards the flower, and the pollen grain is a transfer from one place to the anther to the stigma of another flower. Got it, student? These are the characteristics of the insect pollinated flower. Means the flower is contain these characteristics, so the insect are attracted toward the flower, and they are transport the pollen grain from anther to the stigma. Let me revise what is the characteristics. First, the flower is large. They usually bright in color. They produce the nectar. They emit the scent. Due to these characteristics, the insect is attracted to the flower, and in that way, the insect are transport the pollen grain from anther to the stigma of another flower of another plant, but in the same species. In the cross pollination, I told about that. The pollen grain is sticky, so when the insects sit on the flower, the pollen grain is a stick to the body of the insect. Some are stuck in the body of the insect, and when the insect are sit on the another flower, that times the pollen grain is a transfer from the anther to the stigma of the same species. Got it, student? These are the characteristics of the insect pollinated flower. Let us see the characteristics of the flower which are present in the wind pollinated. See the characteristics of the wind pollinated flower. See, this is the plant of the maize. You might have seen the anther is a hanging out. The pollen grain is a very soft, lightweight. See the characteristics which is present in the wind pollinated flower. The flowers are very small. They do not usually the bright in color. They are dull in color. They do not produce the scent and nectar. Means why? There is no need to attract the wind towards it. Otherwise, to attract the insect towards it. In the last point, we have studied the insect pollinated flower. In that flower is contain some characteristics to attract it towards the insect. But in the wind pollinated, there is no need have a flower to have a large, bright in color. Okay, the flower is not need to produce the scent or nectar. But in this flower, the stamens are long. The stamens are long and hang out the flower. Means why the stamens are long, the anthers are hang out? Because easily exposed through by wind from one place to another place. The anther are large and loosely attached to the filaments. Means see, this is the filament and this is the anther in the pollen sac, and the pollen grain is inside it. I told you this pollen grain is a loosely attached to the anther filament, so it is easily detached from the filaments, and they are blowing the wind from one place to the another place. See, the pollen grains are produced in the large quantity in the wind pollinated flowers. See this picture. The pollen grain is produced in the very large quantity. Why? Because the pollen grain is transferred through by wind. So most of the pollen grains are lost in everywhere. Very few pollen grains are transferred from anther to the stigma of the same species. So it is the condition the large amount of pollen grains are produced. The pollen grains are light, dry and smooth. Why? Because they can easily carried out by the wind. Means they are very small, lightweight, smooth. These characteristics, they are easily carried away by the wind, and the stigma are feathery, hang out the flower to trap the pollen grains, and in the stigma it is the hang out. Why? Because it is a feathery, means easily the pollen grains are trapped. Got it, student? These are the characteristics of the wind pollinated flower. Let us tell you again, revise the characteristics. The flowers are small. The flowers are not bright in color, the dull in color. The flower is not need to produce the scent, nectar. The stamens are long, hang out of the flower and easily exposed to the wind. And the anther are large and loosely attached to the filaments. And the pollen grains are produced in the large quantity. The pollen grains are very light, dry, smooth. Why? Because they can easily carried away by the wind. The stigma are feathery and hang out of the flower to tap the pollen grain. These are the characteristics of the wind pollinated flower. Let us see the water pollinated flower. Some plant are aquatic, so some flower is a unisexual, so it is also required the characteristics which is present in the unisexual flower to transfer the pollen grain from one plant of the same species to the another plant. Got it? The pollen grains are produced in the large quantity. The characteristics of the water pollinated flower. The pollen grains are produced in the large quantity. Why? Because the most of the pollen grains are floating in the water. So most of the pollen grains are wastage. Very few are transferred from anther to the stigma. So the pollen grains are produced in the large quantity. In some cases, the pollen grain have a specific gravity because equal to the water, so that they remain floating below the surface of the water. In some special case, the male flowers are float on the surface of the water till they meet to the female flower. See this picture. This picture is the example of Vallisneria. The male flower is the bottom of the water and the female flower is the above the water. When the male flower mature, it is present in the bottom, and when the male flower is mature and this male flower is floating over the water, when the flower is a surface of the water till they do not meet to the female flower. When they are meet to the female flower, means the pollen grain is transferred to the stigma and they are fused to each other and fertilization process is going on. This is the example of Vallisneria, means these characteristics are present in the water pollinated flower. Got it, student? The wind and insect are the commonest agent of the cross pollination, and the water is required for the aquatic plant. Some flower is also required the cross agent, like that the birds and elephants. See this, there are two picture. The first, the bird is sucking the birds is transfer the pollen grain from anther to the stigma. This agent is called as the arthenophily. Got it? And the another, this is the big flower. This is the example of Rafflesia. Rafflesia is the big flower and the flowers are very large and found at the ground level. It contains the pollen grain, and this pollen grain is when the elephants are passing over, that times some pollen grain are attached to the feet of the elephant, and in that way the pollen grain is carried to the stigma of another flower when the trampled by those feet of elephant. This is called as the elephophily. Got it, student? Means these are the agent of the cross pollination, and these agents are very useful to transport the pollen grain from anther to the stigma. Got it, student? Thank you.